The Descent of Fallen Angels, Unveiling Ancient Secrets. Have you ever gazed upon our world and felt a profound unease, a gnawing question about the pervasive darkness, sin, and decay that seems to cling to every corner of human existence? What if I told you there's an ancient secret, hidden for millennia within the sacred texts, that holds the key to unlocking this profound mystery? A revelation so startling, it explains why our reality feels so fractured, so burdened by suffering. For centuries, whispers of forbidden knowledge and cosmic battles have echoed through time. But what if these weren't mere myths, but a divine truth waiting to be rediscovered? In this sacred journey, we will pull back the veil on a story you likely haven't heard in its entirety. A profound narrative that goes beyond typical understanding of angels, humanity, and divine justice. We're talking about the Book of Enoch, a powerful testament to a time when heaven and earth converged, and the very fabric of creation was irrevocably altered. You'll understand the true origins of evil, the unseen forces that shaped our world, and the eternal hope for redemption that shines even in the deepest shadows. Get ready to embark on a spiritual awakening as we uncover the untold story of fallen angels, the birth of giants, and the forbidden teachings that corrupted early humanity. Prepare to discover the divine wisdom within this ancient text, a truth that can bring healing to your soul and light to your path. And I invite you, right now, to share your initial thoughts in the comments below. Does the idea of hidden ancient secrets about our world's brokenness resonate with your spirit? Let's explore this together. Enoch's divine calling, a mortal among the heavenly hosts. Imagine a world, long, long ago, where the veil between the seen and unseen was thinner, where the whispers of the divine were almost palpable. It was in this sacred time that a man named Enoch, a humble soul walking with God, found his life irrevocably changed. Can you feel the awe, the trembling that must have seized his heart as he stood face to face with beings of pure light, celestial messengers radiating an ethereal glow? He wasn't a king, a prophet by birth, or a warrior of renown. He was simply Enoch, chosen not for earthly power, but for the purity of his spirit and his unwavering devotion. He recounts how the holy watchers, majestic angels of the Lord, appeared to him, their brilliance almost overwhelming. Yet their presence wasn't terrifying. It was a calling, a gentle yet firm invitation to ascend, to witness the very mysteries of the cosmos. This wasn't an ordinary trip. It was a divine journey, a literal rapture into the heavenly realms. He walked among the celestial beings, not as a captive, but as a favored guest, a confidant in the divine plan. This extraordinary elevation of a seemingly ordinary man speaks volumes about God's boundless grace. It shows us that even the most humble among us can be chosen for the grandest purposes, can be uplifted from the dust to touch the divine. Have you ever felt a whisper of a calling in your own life, a sense that you are meant for something more, something beyond the ordinary? Perhaps Enoch's story can ignite that spark within you. His journey reminds us that transformation is possible, that a simple human can transcend earthly limitations to become a chosen vessel of profound revelation, bringing healing wisdom back to humanity. The Descent of the Watchers, the tragic allure of earthly desire. But why would such magnificent beings, holy angels basking in the divine glory, ever choose to descend from their heavenly abode? This is where the story takes a somber turn, a stark reminder of the corrosive power of unchecked desire. Enoch reveals the shocking truth. A group of watchers, captivated by the beauty of human women, lusted after them. They made a solemn oath, binding themselves together in a pact to abandon their sacred duties and violate the divine order. Let us choose wives for ourselves from among the daughters of men, they declared, their celestial minds clouded by earthly craving. Their fall wasn't just a physical descent, it was a profound spiritual one, a catastrophic surrender to carnal passion that fractured the very fabric of creation. Can you imagine the sheer magnitude of this transgression? These were beings of immense spiritual power, yet they succumbed to the very temptations that plague humanity: greed, selfishness, and uncontrolled lust. It's a sobering reflection on our own struggles, isn't it? We too are often ensnared by the allure of worldly desires, allowing them to blind us to higher truths and spiritual callings. This ancient account shatters any naive perception that powerful beings are immune to moral failings. It teaches us a crucial lesson, that even the mightiest can fall when they prioritize fleeting desires over divine wisdom and ethical responsibility. Their story serves as a powerful cautionary tale, urging us to examine the desires of our own hearts. What hidden desires might be subtly pulling you away from your true divinely purposed path? The Nephilim, a monstrous legacy of transgression. The consequences of the Watchers' illicit unions were catastrophic, birthing a new horror upon the earth. The Nephilim, towering giants, children of angels and mortal women. Can you picture the terror in the eyes of early humanity as these colossal beings, born of a forbidden union, roamed the land? They weren't gentle giants of myth, they were creatures of immense appetite and destructive power. Enoch describes their ravenous hunger, how they devoured all human sustenance, and when that was not enough, they turned upon humanity itself, consuming flesh and blood. Their existence wasn't just a threat to humanity. It was a brutal disruption of the natural order, a monstrous perversion of creation. The land itself groaned under their weight, defiled by their violence and insatiable appetites. This echoes through history, doesn't it? Think of the great wars that have ravaged our planet, the environmental devastation wrought by human greed, the way unchecked power and disregard for balance can lead to catastrophic consequences. The Nephilim represent the ultimate consequence of violating divine law, a stark warning that when we deviate from the path of righteousness, the repercussions can be truly monstrous, scarring not just individuals, but the very world we inhabit. It reminds us that our choices, especially those born of unchecked desires, have a ripple effect that can impact generations and the very earth beneath our feet. What giants of destruction, born of human failing, do you see at work in our world today? Forbidden arts, the corrupting gifts of the Watchers. But the Watchers' corruption extended beyond their physical transgressions. They became teachers of wickedness, imparting forbidden knowledge to humanity that led to further moral decay. Enoch recounts how they taught mankind about metallurgy, the crafting of weapons and armor, transforming human conflict from simple disputes into devastating warfare. They revealed secrets of sorcery, enchantments, and divination, turning human hearts towards dark arts and away from the Creator. They even instructed humanity in the subtle arts of seduction and vanity, teaching women the use of cosmetics and expensive adornments, fostering pride and superficiality. This influx of forbidden wisdom, while appearing to be advancement, was in truth a profound poison, leading humanity down a path of increasing depravity. It transformed a relatively innocent world into one steeped in violence, superstition, and materialism. Doesn't this resonate deeply with our own modern age? We marvel at technological advancements, at scientific breakthroughs that seem to unlock the very secrets of the universe. Yet, we often grapple with the ethical dilemmas they present. Artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, advanced weaponry. These are powerful tools, but in the wrong hands, or without a strong moral compass, they can become instruments of immense harm, echoing the ancient lessons of the Watchers' corrupting gifts. This ancient story teaches us that knowledge without divine wisdom can be a dangerous weapon, leading not to progress, but to deeper forms of enslavement and suffering. What modern advancements do you believe require the most careful ethical consideration and spiritual guidance? Divine judgment, the unfolding of God's justice. In the face of such pervasive corruption, the cries of suffering humanity ascended to the heavenly throne. The Lord of Spirits, in his infinite justice and righteousness, could not allow such profound wickedness to continue unchecked. Enoch describes the dramatic divine intervention, the judgment brought upon the rebellious watchers. They were bound in chains, cast into the abyss of darkness, awaiting their ultimate fiery condemnation. The earth itself was to be cleansed, a great flood decreed to wash away the defilement and the monstrous offspring of their sin. This act of divine retribution is not merely a punishment, it is a profound demonstration of God's unwavering commitment to justice. It assures us that there is always accountability for transgression, that every action, whether good or evil, has its ultimate consequence in the divine order. This powerful narrative of judgment reverberates through various cultures and religious traditions, from the floods of Sumerian myths to the wrath of Zeus in Greek mythology, all speaking to humanity's inherent understanding of a universal moral law and the need for cosmic balance. It's a sobering thought, yet also a comforting one, that ultimately divine justice will prevail. It compels us to consider our own actions and choices, knowing that we too are held accountable in the grand tapestry of creation. Do you believe true justice is always served, even if it's not immediately apparent in our world? Enoch's intercession, a glimmer of hope for humanity. Amidst the looming judgment and the pervasive sin, Enoch stands as a beacon of unwavering faith and profound compassion. He wasn't merely a passive observer of humanity's plight. He became a fervent intercessor, a voice crying out in the wilderness for those caught in the web of sin. Can you feel the weight of his spiritual burden, his desperate plea to the Most High for mercy and salvation for a fallen world? He saw the suffering, the corruption, and the impending doom, and his heart ached for his fellow humans. His intercession wasn't just a formality. It was a heartfelt petition, born of a deep love for humanity and a profound understanding of God's compassionate nature. He embodied the very essence of a spiritual leader, a bridge between the divine and the human, tirelessly advocating for the lost. This resonates powerfully with the stories of other great figures in religious history: Moses pleading for Israel, Abraham interceding for Sodom, or even the ultimate intercession of Christ himself. Enoch's willingness to stand in the gap, to offer a glimmer of hope in the darkest hour, serves as an inspiring reminder that even one faithful soul can make a monumental difference. It encourages us to find that spark of advocacy within ourselves, to speak up for justice, and to extend grace and compassion to those who are struggling. In what ways do you feel called to intercede or bring hope to others in your own life, even in small ways? The prophecy of the Son of Man, redemption and a new dawn. As Enoch journeyed through the celestial realms, he was granted visions of a future beyond the immediate judgment, a vision of ultimate redemption and the establishment of everlasting righteousness. This is where we encounter the profound prophecy of the Son of Man, a majestic messianic figure destined to bring salvation and establish God's eternal kingdom on earth. Can you feel the wave of hope that washes over the narrative at this point, cutting through the darkness of judgment with the promise of a glorious future? Enoch's prophecies describe the Son of Man as the chosen one, the righteous judge who will preside over the final judgment, casting out evil and ushering in an era of peace and divine order. This concept of a redemptive figure echoes powerfully throughout various sacred texts and prophetic traditions, from the Christ in Christian scripture to the Kalki avatar in Hinduism, all speaking to humanity's deep-seated longing for a savior, a bringer of cosmic balance. Enoch's detailed descriptions offer a foundational understanding of this divine deliverer, affirming that even amidst chaos and despair, a divine plan for salvation is unfolding. It reminds us that there is a greater purpose, a healing trajectory at work in the universe, moving towards a glorious fulfillment. Do these ancient prophecies of a coming Redeemer resonate with your understanding of hope for our world? God's impeccable justice, a foundation for moral order. The narrative of the Book of Enoch is underpinned by a profound and unwavering principle: God's perfect justice. It's not a vengeful justice, but a restorative and foundational one designed to uphold moral order in the cosmos. Can you feel the weight of this truth, the assurance that ultimately all will be set right? The severe punishments meted out to the fallen watchers and the wicked are not random acts of wrath. They are meticulous applications of divine law, demonstrating that every transgression against God's order has its commensurate consequence. This divine accountability serves as a powerful mirror for human society. It compels us to reflect on our own understanding of justice, fairness, and accountability. In a world often plagued by inequality and perceived injustices, the Book of Enoch offers a comforting truth, that ultimately there is a supreme judge who sees all, knows all, and will right every wrong. It teaches us that true justice extends beyond human courts and earthly systems. It is an inherent quality of the divine, guiding the very fabric of existence. This understanding inspires us to strive for moral integrity in our own lives, knowing that our actions, both seen and unseen, contribute to the cosmic balance. What does justice truly mean to you? And how does the concept of divine justice shape your perspective? Enoch's enlightenment, a vision for humanity's deliverance. Through his extraordinary journey, Enoch received an unparalleled level of spiritual enlightenment, transforming him into a vessel of profound divine wisdom. Can you imagine the clarity of vision, the depth of understanding that was bestowed upon him, allowing him to perceive the grand tapestry of creation and the intricate workings of God's plan? He became the ultimate prophet, not merely predicting the future, but illuminating the path to redemption and offering insights into the very nature of reality. Enoch's revelations were not just for his own enlightenment. They were a sacred trust given to him to share with a fallen humanity, to guide them back towards the light. He brought forth prophecies of salvation, detailing the mechanisms by which humanity could find reconciliation with the Creator. This makes Enoch a quintessential spiritual leader, a harbinger of hope, echoing the archetypal figures throughout history who have provided moral and spiritual guidance during humanity's darkest hours. His story reinforces the idea that true leadership isn't about power or control, but about serving as a conduit for divine truth, shining a light that empowers others to find their own path to healing and liberation. What steps can you take to seek your own path to enlightenment, to understand the deeper truths of your existence? Unveiling the cosmos, the structure of heaven and earth. Beyond the dramatic narratives of fallen angels and divine judgment, Enoch was granted breathtaking revelations about the very structure of the cosmos itself. Can you feel the expansion of your mind as we contemplate the ancient understanding of the universe as revealed to this extraordinary man? He describes the intricate layers of heaven, the celestial bodies and their precise movements, the cosmic forces that govern the winds, the clouds, and the very foundations of the earth. Enoch's detailed cosmological accounts, while rooted in an ancient worldview, offer a profound glimpse into a divinely ordered universe. He speaks of the storehouses of snow and hail, the paths of the sun and moon, and the chambers of the winds, all operating with an awe-inspiring precision. While modern science offers different models, the underlying principle of an intricately designed and ordered universe remains a powerful truth. Enoch's vision reminds us of the profound interconnectedness of all things, from the smallest atom to the grandest galaxy, all orchestrated by a divine hand. It invites us to look beyond the immediate, to appreciate the majesty and complexity of creation, and to find a sense of wonder in the vastness of the heavens. How does pondering the mysteries of the universe connect you to a sense of purpose or wonder? Earth's renewal, from desolation to righteousness. The narrative of the Book of Enoch, while unflinching in its portrayal of sin and judgment, ultimately culminates in a powerful vision of Earth's restoration. Can you feel the breath of fresh air, the promise of renewal that sweeps through the narrative after the cleansing of the flood? God's decree for the renewal of the earth signifies a profound act of grace and a commitment to establish everlasting justice. The earth, once defiled by the giants and the wickedness of humanity, is destined to be cleansed and made anew, a pure dwelling place for the righteous. This divine decision to restore and purify the earth holds deep resonance with our contemporary concerns about environmental stewardship and planetary healing. Just as God sought to cleanse the earth from ancient corruption, we too are called to protect and nurture our planet, to actively participate in its restoration. This ancient vision offers a powerful message of hope, that even after periods of profound destruction and moral decay, there is always the potential for renewal, for rebirth, and for the establishment of a righteous and harmonious world. It compels us to consider our role in creating a more just and sustainable future, knowing that our efforts contribute to this ongoing process of divine restoration. What small steps can you take today to contribute to the healing and flourishing of our planet? A new era, triumph of justice and hope. And so, the epic saga of Enoch concludes not in despair, but with a vibrant promise, the ushering in of a new era where justice and truth will reign supreme. Can you feel the profound sense of peace, the unburdening of suffering that comes with this ultimate triumph of righteousness? The story ends with the glorious vision of a redeemed world where suffering ceases, where evil is vanquished, and where peace and righteousness flourish eternally. It's a powerful testament to the enduring power of hope, even in the darkest of times. This ultimate restoration of justice and tranquility offers a timeless lesson, that even after periods of profound darkness and immense struggle, there is always the potential for renewal and triumph. It assures us that the arc of the universe bends towards justice, that ultimately, light will overcome darkness. This understanding provides immense comfort and inspiration, encouraging us to persevere through our own challenges, knowing that our struggles contribute to a greater, divinely ordained purpose. It calls us to live with anticipation for this future, but also to actively participate in bringing about peace and justice in our present world. How does this vision of a renewed earth, free from suffering, inspire you to live your life today? Enduring lessons, guiding our path to a better world. The ancient narrative of Enoch, filled with celestial encounters, cosmic battles, and profound prophecies, offers far more than just a historical account. It provides timeless lessons that are profoundly relevant to our modern lives. Can you feel the gentle guidance, the deep wisdom that flows from these ancient words, touching your spirit and illuminating your path? It urges us to understand the profound consequences of our choices, both individual and collective. Just as the Watcher's decisions brought forth devastation, our own actions, born of greed or compassion, can shape the trajectory of our world. This sacred text encourages moral responsibility, reminding us that we are not passive observers in the grand unfolding of creation, but active participants. It challenges us to confront the shadows within ourselves and within society, to choose the path of righteousness, integrity, and love. It inspires us to be agents of healing and light, to advocate for justice, and to protect the purity of both our souls and our planet. The story of Enoch underscores the immense importance of divine wisdom as our guiding star, especially when navigating complex decisions in a world often shrouded in moral ambiguity. It teaches us that true strength lies not in earthly power, but in unwavering faith and adherence to God's eternal laws. What one small, intentional choice can you make today that aligns with these profound lessons of responsibility and righteousness? the power of choice, shaping our destiny. Every single decision we make, every thought we entertain, every action we take, carries weight. It's a profound truth, isn't it? The Book of Enoch starkly illustrates this, the devastating cascade of events that unfolded from the Watcher's single pivotal choice to descend and corrupt. It's a powerful reminder that our seemingly small decisions can have monumental, far-reaching consequences, impacting not just our individual lives, but the very fabric of our communities, and even the destiny of the world. This ancient wisdom compels us to pause, to reflect, and to choose wisely. It's about more than just avoiding mistakes. It's about actively choosing the path of light, truth, and love in every moment. Think of the pivotal moments in history, the individuals whose choices, both good and ill, irrevocably altered the course of human civilization. Their stories echo the fundamental principle laid out in Enoch, that free will is a sacred gift imbued with immense power for better or for worse. This understanding isn't meant to burden us with fear, but to empower us with purpose. It inspires us to be intentional, to seek divine guidance, and to align our choices with the highest good, knowing that each step we take contributes to the grand tapestry of creation. What specific decision are you facing today, and how can you infuse it with wisdom and love? Building a brighter tomorrow. Echoes of ancient wisdom. And so, as our journey through the profound revelations of the Book of Enoch draws to a close, we are left not with fear, but with a resounding message of hope and empowerment. Can you feel the stirring of possibility within your heart, the conviction that we can truly reshape our future? The wisdom gleaned from this ancient text isn't just a historical recounting. It's a living blueprint for transforming our present and building a brighter, more just and harmonious future. It's about taking the lessons of past mistakes, the devastating consequences of unbridled desire, forbidden knowledge, and moral corruption, and actively applying them to our contemporary challenges. Imagine a world where these divine truths guide our every action, where justice and compassion are not just ideals, but lived realities. By choosing integrity over greed, love over hate, and divine wisdom over fleeting desires, we become active participants in this ongoing process of cosmic restoration. The story of Enoch is a powerful invitation to introspection, to personal healing, and to collective action. It reminds us that each one of us holds the power to contribute to a world where the light of truth prevails, where suffering is diminished, and where peace reigns supreme. Let these ancient revelations ignite a transformative fire within your soul, empowering you to live a life aligned with your highest purpose and to be a beacon of hope for generations to come. If this journey through the Book of Enoch has touched your soul, if it has illuminated hidden corners of your understanding or brought a flicker of light to your spirit, then please consider supporting this channel. Every contribution, no matter how small, is a priceless act of energy exchange that allows me to continue sharing these divine messages and exploring the profound depths of God's Word. Your support helps me bring more healing content and spiritual insights into the world, nurturing souls and spreading hope. Thank you, from the deepest part of my heart, for being on this journey with me. If this message resonated with you, please leave a comment sharing your most profound takeaway. What ancient truth ignited a spark within you today? And if you haven't already, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss our next exploration into the sacred mysteries that guide our path.